Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. This is going to be the 6-month update for Dude, You've Panned My Battleship. This is turning out to be a super fun project. I am competing against my good friend Elizabeth. She is at Kooky Pans over on Instagram. If you're not following her over there, and me as well, head on over to Instagram and follow both of our accounts. I will have them both linked down below. Basically, we have set out a battlefield for each other using eyeshadow singles, and we've placed ships on the other person's battlefield, and we are competing to see who can sink the other person's ships by hitting pan on the eyeshadows. It's a little bit confusing at first, but I'm sure you've seen all of the other updates and you know how this works by now. Let's talk about where we left off at last month. At last month's update, we both had hit pan on one eyeshadow, but the pan I had hit was not where she had placed a battleship, and the pan she had hit was where I had hit a battleship. So even though we both had one pan each, she was ahead of me in the game. Not too long after that update last month, she hit pan again, and it was again a direct hit. I was feeling very defeated at that point because she had two pans and both of them were direct hits. No ships were sunk, at least not that she would have mentioned if a ship was sunk, so a ship was not sunk, but she did have two pans hit. And Elizabeth is pretty amazing. After she hits a pan, she does another post on Instagram and kind of talks about her strategy, where she thinks the ships might be located, where she's going to go for a plan of attack next. It's very organized, it's very calculated. I am neither organized nor calculated. But I have been panning a look for the last month involving two shadows out of this bunch, and I've been using a third shadow pretty consistently, and I'm happy to report that as of today, I have finally hit another pan in this project, and it's this guy right here. I posted it on Instagram a couple days ago, the second I hit pan, and I could feel the excitement from so many of you. There it is right there. This is Hot Fuchsia from the NYX Primal Colors collection. I have really enjoyed working on this eyeshadow. I was using it in my crease as a transition shade, panning this look over and over and over again, and it wasn't that hard for me to hit pan. I mean, considering how long it takes me to always hit pan, I didn't feel like that was impossible. Obviously, I'm kind of working my way straight down in the pan, but I think Elizabeth is too, so that's fair game. So I do have a new pan, and the good news is that it is where one of her ships are located. So I have one direct hit finally to her two direct hits. So I don't feel as lost in the game as I thought I did a couple weeks ago. I'm feeling a little bit more confident. Before I turn the camera around, I want to talk about which shadows I'm wearing for my look today. After I hit pan on Hot Fuchsia 2 days ago, I have since started working on this other NYX Primal Colors. This is Hot Pink. So you could see the two side by side. They're very different. I am using this one as a transition shade in the same way that I use this one, and I'm also using it as a blush. What do you think? Not too bad, huh? So prior to a couple days ago, Hot Pink was basically untouched. I had used it a time or two, but there's really no dips going on. Oh, no real signs of progress in the pan. But I think I'm going to be zeroing in on this as a blush and as an eyeshadow for the next couple weeks in an attempt to really get a good dip going in on this, if not hitting pan on this one as well, now that I know that it's very achievable to hit pan. The other eyeshadow that I've been incorporating into this look over and over again is NYX's Morocco. And until I hit pan on this guy, this look is gonna continue to be on repeat. Plus I'm working on the eyeshadow in my Baby Pan That palette. But I've got a huge dip going on this guy right here in the center. I feel like my phone isn't really picking up on it, but I think this guy's days are numbered, and I'm really excited about that. This is by far the darkest eyeshadow out of all of them. Not the most difficult eyeshadow. This is actually a pretty wearable eyeshadow, but This is the darkest out of the bunch, and so I think there's a pretty good chance that there's a ship on this eyeshadow. So I think I'm going to try and hit pan on this one in the next month. The other eyeshadow I've been wearing a lot this past month is this Bella Rose, from Milani. And I've been wearing it as a highlight. I have fallen in love with this as a face highlight. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. I'm also wearing it as an inner corner highlight today. No real signs of progress on this yet, but I am working on it, so gotta work on it if you want to see some progress, right? So that's what's on my face today. This is the look. I know it's a lot like the look you guys have been seeing me wearing in the past month, but I do feel like wearing the same look over and over, panning a look, as we've learned from Amber F over the years, it really does work. It is hard for me to stick to the same look over and over. I really have an urge to change it up every day, but it does work. So if you're trying to hit pan on something, you gotta pan a look. Find a look and pan it. So as of today, the current score is Elizabeth has 2 pans, both are direct hits. I have 2 pans, 1 is a direct hit. If you want to see where either of our ships are located, you have to go back to our original posts from January 4th of this year. January 2nd? Something. I think it was January 2nd, January 3rd, January 4th, something like that. At the beginning of January, you could look at our original posts for this project and see where we placed our ships on the other person's battlefield. All right, let's turn the camera around and I will show you what my battlefield looks like today. Okie dokie, here is the state of my battlefield today. It's only 1 new pan, but I'm feeling so much more confident this month versus last month. Let's take it from the top. Here is Brulee from Wet n Wild. I hit pan on this guy first, and I have... Yes, you are. And I haven't touched this eyeshadow at all in the past month. I was using this to set my eyeshadow primer, but I'm working on something else right now. Here is Pool Party from Sephora. Remember when I said I was going to commit myself to hitting pan on this guy? And I was
kidding, Mom.
And I wasn't going to stop until I did. Yeah. I haven't touched this really at all in the last month. I've just been working on other eyeshadows. I need to get back to that, but I'm ignoring it for now. Here is Hot Pink from NYX. This is the one I was just talking about. I started working on this after hitting pan on Hot Fuchsia. And I've also been wearing this as a blush for the last couple days, and I kind of feel like I'm getting away with it. So that is very good news. Here is Hot Fuchsia. This is my newest pan. I am so excited. And it was a direct hit. So there is either a ship here, a ship here, or a ship here. I have no idea if it's a 2er, a 3er, or a 4er, but there was a ship on top of this pan. Now that I've hit pan, I don't plan to focus in on this nearly as much. If I feel like a look I'm wearing absolutely calls for this eyeshadow, I will certainly pull it out, but I'm gonna try and direct my attention to some comparable shades in this project, like this one or this one. This is Plum Dressing from MAC. And even though it looks a lot darker, it actually has a very similar effect on the eye if I put it in my crease to the Hot Fuchsia. So, all right. No pan, no significant progress on any of these. The only ones I worked on in the last month were Bella Mandarin. I used as a blush once or twice. This Morocco is, I think, definitely going to be the next one I hit pan on. I'm using this almost every day. This is Bella Rose. It's the one I like to use as a face highlight and an inner corner highlight. I did use Copper from NYX once or twice for a bronzy eye look when I was trying to get that Natasha Denona bronze palette out of my system, and it did the trick. I don't think I used any of these in the last month at all. They'll be great for fall and winter though, won't they? I'm going to enjoy working on those down the road. But for now, I'm going to keep that pinky purpley look as much as I can until I hit pan on Morocco from NYX. So this look is just going to keep going and going. All right, guys, I think that's all I have to say about these shadows. Really happy with my new pan. All right, guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I do hope you subscribe and stick around for a while. It would mean the world to me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.